On the episode 35 of the Mainly Golf Show, we are once again marvelous. He is too busy with accounts and stuff. Really, he's stroking his belly hair and he's refreshing crypto prices. And wouldn't we all if we had the time? I'm joined again by one half of the Steam Bandits with Hep to have a look at this week's golf offering. It's a Farms Insurance Open. It's Torrey Pines to you and I. And it's also, I don't even know how you pronounce this stuff on the DP World Tour. The Ras Al
The one in UAE, yeah.
Ras Al Khaimah Championship. That'll do. It's a UAE one. Birdie Fest won last year by Thorburn Arsen, won by six. Escandi probably wins this week, but you are not a man of DP World Tour action.
I'm not.
Hence, by looking at your betting patterns, mine very different. Your boy Aaberg, you've talked him up since for 18 months, still wasn't convinced with him last year. Um, do you think A, he's over his knee injury, and B, what do you think of him season wise for 2025? High hopes.
High hopes again. Yeah, put 24 down to that injury. I think he has played already this year. Did he play Sony?
I think so. He's in contention.
He got top 10, T5 of the century. It was century.
I think if I remember right, it was like a Rory type round where he's come late.
Yeah, likely. Yes, finished the weekend. He got a 65, 64 after starting pretty slow.
Very Rory.
So yeah, seems to be. Hopefully, he's back over the. It seems like it's a course that is made for his game. It's a bomber's course. It's not a birdie fest. Winning scores are around the mid-teens. He's the best player. Like him and Decky are the two sort of like standouts in the field, and then some other good ones, but they're definitely a tier below those two. So it's obviously we said about Xander last week that didn't work out well at the WD, did he? If your only bet is Aaberg at nines, it's probably not a bad shout. Obviously, you can't invest in too many other people if you're betting on a 9-1 shot at the top, but I'm not going to bet on it myself. But I do sort of like his chances and wouldn't be annoyed if he won. But
it is one for course form as well because you see like multiple winners or people with recurring form. Bavon kind of the exception last year, and it was 1-2 for Europe with him leading home from Nikolai Højgaard. But again, Tyke won round here 7 times. Snedeker's a 2-time winner. Also finished second a couple more times. I'm sure you might have backed Leishman when he won this.
I don't back
2020. It's 5 years ago, Hep. You might have actually backed winners. And it's just before you left for Pastures New. He beat Rambo again, who Ram won this early. I think this was Ram's might have been his first. Yeah, I'm sure you backed Leishman. I could never have him. I just could never get him right. Justin Rose, likewise, he's won this before. I think he's not won this twice. He's won this. He's finished runner up another time. People with strong, consistent form lines, and that's why you can argue someone like a Jason Day who highlighted a little bit of a resurgence last week. You'd probably argue he's a little bit too reliant on his short game. His short game's magnificent, but you don't want to be asking yourself to be, scrambling and getting out of trouble that often. I like Will Zalatoris. I've been a fan of him for a while. Didn't like him initially, and I kind of very hard to work out where he's getting all that power from. And he must be about 8 stone, dripping wet. He's probably a little
tougher courses.
He's a little bit short comparative to it.
I think it's second here to Luke List 3 years ago.
I remember that. Yeah, he did, and he's probably argued a better player then, despite his injuries. But then, would you know that rather back to someone like a Keegan Brandley Keegan looks like he's just enjoying life so much now, and he's obviously got the captaincy. He's. Do you think if he was if he wins this year, and he's in, do you think he picks himself to play on? I can't remember his captain picking himself to. to build a Ryder Cup team.
I don't think you can you, as a captain? Like, unless he wins twice, but then
It's
he'd
it's
get
an
there on
ultimate like
points
schmucky
anyway.
type move,
Like,
isn't it?
yeah, I don't think any European captain is ever picking themselves. But I don't know. We put it past the Americans. Um, yeah, I don't think he would, but be unless his deputies or his vices would have to insist. But I don't see him
Yeah,
doing
and
it.
you argue like the level of work for a captain that week is huge, isn't it? You're doing so much media, so much press. You're trying to look after 12 egos, and then probably four vice captains as well. It's a lot
Yeah,
of juggling. And I suppose imagine if Keegan in his head has already resigned himself. I'm not playing. He then presumably plays with so much freedom, which is why he is playing well, right? Because he's got
yeah,
something to
because
focus on. He doesn't have to
he's always
play and
been a
like he
player
doesn't
that's
have to get
wanted to be on those
points.
teams.
If he doesn't qualify for the FedEx Cup, brilliant. I've got 4 more weeks to prepare for the Ryder Cup, get my team sorted. It's like it's a win-win for him.
Yeah, he's always seemed like a player that really wants to get on those teams and has always been on the bubble. So there is that pressure to go and force his way on, and like you said, yeah, removing that and being there and being, I think they're very likely to win Bethpage. Um, yeah, removes that for the rest of the season, and he can just enjoy it and think about the team.
He's going to be so raw. He's got, like Keegan Bradley definitely voted Trump. Bethpage is Bethpage, New York, right? He's a
Mm-hmm.
Northeast guy as well. It's gonna be buoyant. He'll be loving it. Did
Bastards.
did play well here 2 years ago. A guy who's not getting any form around did, but is I don't think he has Sung Jae. He was part of. We've got a joint. t- Which got competition entry elsewhere.
One and
Happy
done
picked
team.
Sung Jae for us round around last week's monstrosity. He opened with I think 5 over 70, was it 77? That was game over. He's very short this week.
Yeah, definitely not betting on him after that performance. I, I didn't see any of
Too
some
much time in
Jays.
the gym, yeah. Not don't have a
Yeah,
balance anymore.
too skinny. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I don't know what was wrong with his game. I didn't dig into it too much last week, but yeah, after that, after a layoff and then that performance, I'm not backing him at third favorite, 18-1, not a chance. I was wondered off.
Try and sell our listeners on Max Grayson, who is our pick for the week.
Do you like Grissom?
I mean, I'm still a little bit torn from when he made that quad bogey when he was 4 clear last year. Another Milner masterclass in how not to win a tournament. Jesus Christ.
Was he a rookie last year? Because
I think he's either. I'm pretty sure he was a rookie or second season on tour. But fuck me, I forgot about that one. That was when Aaron Rai won, wasn't it? First time winner on tour. Jesus Christ.
I
And
remember you
Ben
back in like
Coles approaching the 18th, but easiest hole on the course made a six. Quad bogey from Grayson, and then you had JJ Spawn and fucking Nacho Man 2 weeks ago.
Not true.
Strong year,
Yeah, last
very
year he
strong
was a
year.
rookie.
Honestly, the boys will. When I tell these boys these stories, and first of all, they won't care. Second of all, they won't believe me. You have no idea
Max
what day I used
Griezmann,
to be.
yeah. Who the fuck's Max Griezmann?
Matt Kuchar, the Mexico Open. Keegan Bradley, Mexico, I think 18 months ago, 2 to play.
Listen to
When
my bad
Van
beats, yeah.
when Van Royen shot like 63 from nowhere. Now they're going, it's a water on the course. Yeah, he can't bat Van Royen.
It's true. It's
He
true.
loves to drink more than I do.
Loves to
Impossible. Well, he
swim.
does. Loves a splash. Heck, tell us why. Well, you give a reason why a lot of people can't win. Anybody who can.
So yeah, I'm struggling. It's on top of the one. My first pick this week is going to be Daniel Berger again. think I mentioned him last week without actually putting him up, but Bet365 is still offering hundreds when a lot of the rest of the market down at 66s. He was playing like really well last week. He looked on for a place in the top 8, but then double bogeyed to the 17th Island green last week to drop down and finish T21. But he seems to be rounding a little bit back into form after an injury hit season. He's still 100 to 1 with 365. I feel that's a really good price for Berger. Bit of a longer here, and again, like just on name, he's a lot better than the. I mean, Gary fucking Woodland's ahead of him. Like, he's so much better than the golfers he's in the same tier as. Gary fucking, how's he going to win Torrey? No chance. But yeah, you're looking for.
He got so much airtime 2 weeks ago. Like for some reason, American TV love him. I don't get it.
Which did he win? He won the US Open.
He won the US Open, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he's had health problems since.
Yeah, fair enough. But then I think, back to the youngsters again, like the Michael Ford Bjornsson offering at 80s. Like this guy, I think potentially to be another Clanton and another Messina. Like once he gets a bit of TV time and comes in with a good result, like he's going to be around the 50s going forward. You're not going to get any 80s, 90s on him again. Clanton's at 50s. That kid.
Too sure.
I've heard Jaeger getting tipped up a lot this week. What do you think about him?
Look, I can't respect the man after he played so badly at Houston last year and fell in when Scotty's stiff that shot at 18 to 5 feet and somehow missed the putt. Well, you know why though? Twig was all in on that as well. Fuck me. The one tournament Scheffler loses all year. Did I ever win a double with someone in Europe who won?
I think so. I don't think
I won a double with Nakajima who won on the DP. Well, God, how do I remember this stuff? Oh, Nakajima 25. God, I hate golf. And he played so safe on that back nine. There's a drivable par 4 and a par 5, and he laid up on both. Like, what are you doing, man? Just have a go. He short-sided himself with the short par 4, scrambled home, made a 4. He played in pars, and like you look last week or 2 weeks ago, that he kept snap hooking it left and getting out of trouble. After you can only do that. So we wrote in our group chat, he can't keep getting away with this. And then I think was it 15 snap hook out of bounds. He somehow makes par from 20 feet. And like, Jesus Christ, he's still got a chance here. And he's still one behind heading to par 5 18. Obviously doesn't get up and down there, but he seems a nice guy. I just think he's really overhyped just because he actually won last year and he's got an interest in him, right? Everyone likes the name Jaeger. Jaeger Bombs, let's go.
It's a great name, yeah.
Two people who
of Germany.
Exactly. When he's younger. So two people who are probably overlooked because their names are the status. Kurt Kitayama. He's an American, but America's looking, but look at him. He's not really American. He's not American.
Watch out, the Trump boys are after you.
We dressed up as Proud Boys, and they've all been pardoned. Get out of jail, lads. Hey. But Kurt Kitayama is great in windy conditions. He won what did he win? Jack's Arnold Palmer last year, the year before. Big prize. Fended off Scheffler, made a great birdie at par 370. How do I remember this, man? Honestly, Madden sent me to Morrison's earlier, and do you know when you were leaving the store going, sure she asked me for that. I'm sure she asked me for that. Do you remember the guy that
No, but I can tell you all about the golf from 4 years ago.
Look, I remember Kurt Kitayama, and I think my stream was behind, and you'd like give it a big woo in the group chat. This was before I managed to get Yumi app on my iPad, and I think you were like, "Wow!" I said, "Good bow." And Kitayama, but he's got great form in windy conditions. He played for 2 years on the DP World Tour, and you play in such shit conditions around some of these courses filled with bottle jobs, and yet he won in Oman and he won in Mauritius. Really, open type courses, and it's a bit like players who've plied their trade in lower leagues going to the Premier League. I think they're so much more battle hardened. Even someone like got someone like Harry Kane who went on loan everywhere. Like Vardy had done a shift in. So he's just started at Halifax, didn't he? And then moved his way up the ranks. I just like
Yeah,
people who've actually had to kind of move up the ranks. And Kiriyama, he's not very flashy, but he does have a big win in him. He's 35 to 1. And likewise, Shane Lowry, who it's the first time he's starting since the DP World Tour finale when he finished third. Back in the last year, he'd finished, I think, 11th, tied 11th the week before. So his game was in good nick. He's a winner at Wentworth. So only 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago. So he's not like he's not something of a ball job. He changed his swing at the start of last year. He's had a lot of changes. He won in Zurich with Rory, sorry, Marv, but he did win on tour last year. And by all accounts, right, he played in the TGL the other week, looked in good nick. Um,
it's where it
he
matters.
looks like he looks like he's lost a bit of timber. He seems in good spirits to start the year. He's probably going to be motivated by the fact it's a Ryder Cup year. If you listen to interviews with Lowry, he loves the Ryder Cup. Like it's the one thing that really motivates him. Fair enough, like major championships, and he won the Open at Portrush. But when he who did he play? I think he played with Tyrrell, didn't he? And they got a point in. Where was the last Ryder Cup? Was it Whistling Straits?
Yeah, the American one.
I think it was Whistling Straits.
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe 4 years ago now. What is it? 2012? Jesus. And he interviewed, this is the best thing of my life. And this is when they were getting beat. Even in defeat, right? This experience is the best week of my life. Like, so I think he's gonna be even more motivated this year. Getty Alman and Larry, both 35 to 1, 8 places. That'll be my money. 2 points each way in the pair of them. And I'll throw in Justin Rose, who's 70 to 1, 8 places. Similar compensate to the two of them. Ryder Cup year. I think Rosie's still got a great appetite for the game. Otherwise, he'd have fucked off and taken the live golf money. Great performance in the Open last year. He's a win around here. He's got great course form. And it's the first time he's going to be playing 72 holes since November last year. Don't think there's any problems with his fitness. Got the pedigree. The Europeans for me, or for those with Europeans form, Lowry, Kitayama, and Rose to bring home the hog. There you go ahead. Follow that.
So Berger, and then I'm going to go with Four Bjornsson as well at
It's
80s.
not the first time, is it? Yeah.
I love a bit of burgers. And then my really long shot for the week, I think, is going to go Sami Välimäki. 600s, obviously don't expect the guy to win, but the Finnish bomber, maybe top 12, something
He's a
like that, play
streaky
for the
player.
each way. He's at 600s. Obviously, there are 750s out there, so maybe he can get some 500s with 12 places. I did see him up the leaderboard a little bit last week before he dropped off, but yeah, I think he's the sort of the longest bomber I could see that interested me in a long placings or maybe playing like top 20, top 30 markets or something like that. But I think those will be the three for me this week with half a point on Välimäki and whatever the split the money on the other two, whatever that fucking maths is.
Välimäki's an interesting
225
one.
each.
He's a big hitting lad. He wears a stupid visor. You say these things out loud, you realize you watch a lot of golf. He would be so streaky, and he starts so well. He might be one hep. If you're gonna back him first round leader because he normally starts off so hot, and then it's one of those
Yeah.
where he gets in contention. He kind of thinks about it a bit too much,
Yeah.
but he makes a lot of birdies. He'd be a great guy for DK if we could actually get that. I could persuade Hammond to get a few teams on, but yeah, not against Välimäki. I will say to Heppy, he backed Villegas, Camille Villegas last week at what price? 1,000 to 1 for a place.
1,000 to 1, 12 places.
1,000 to 1, 12 places. So
He's T6, baby.
Heppel's 365 account will pay for us for another week. Got a bit of respite until payday on Friday. Thank Jesus. But yeah, interesting picks. Have you had a look at all of the DP World Tour? I probably know
I
the
haven't
answer to
now.
this.
Talk us through it.
Why don't you like the DP World Tour?
I don't mind it. I just, yeah,
No interest.
I'm not focusing
Is it because
on
it's
it.
it's on in like Asian on a Sunday morning? It starts at like
Yeah,
9 o'clock. It's too early for you.
don't like those Asian. Like, gotta once it gets back into Europe, I'll be interested again. But
Yeah, because you start the final round, the leaders start at like 3 o'clock. Yeah, because got about 12 hours Cape Twig.
I'm clutching at straws to have anything to say about fucking Torrey Pines. No.
I have an idiot coming up, literally pull me out of bed at half 6 every morning.
That's good to have some golf to watch, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's like I remember we used to go be at Cheltenham for work, and it's the Asian swing. They're playing in I don't know India. Oh well, up early to watch the golf at 4:30 in the morning. Why are you sleeping? Man, go away, leave me alone. Have you had a bet in this? No. Well, yes, Josh. Are they winning?
Obviously.
No. I'm waiting for Hep to get up so he can get me on. Um, usual. He's kind of the usual suspects this week. So Thorbjorn again. He's defending champion. He's too small. He's too skinny at 12s. He played all right. He's going well in the final round and made a really stupid double bogey. He's too short. Patrick Reed, next Foxy. Ryan Fox, like so annoying.
He
He was
should be
so
first.
poor off. He was so poor off the tee last week. Like, given how long he is, if he just made a few fairways, like he just made mincemeat out a couple of those par fives and the short par fours. He just couldn't get the ball in play. You wouldn't be backing him by 20 to 1. Tom McKibben played very well considering the media pressure around him. I think we discussed last week about he's going
Did
to
you
be
live bastard?
unveiled as taking the live money when Rory is, who's mentored him, has been. If I was in your shoes, I'd be making a different decision. That's all I'm saying. Rory, how much money you got in the bank? 560 million. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I want that. I want to buy a house. Well, if you want to be selfish, that's on you.
Such a greedy bastard.
Look, if someone offered you 5 times your salary to go and work for a competitor, there'd be
Yeah,
hep. There'd be a hep print in the wall. Go
I'd be
run and take that cash.
straight to Medina or Riyadh. So
Buy
it's
Skippy. So it's a poor tournament this week. I advise follow the hep route of just bit of a scattergun approach. Throw some darts at big prices. Like the fact that at 365 you can get 12 places. Um, People who say have caught my eye. Someone like a Robin Williams, who young South African kid played really well last week for a G10 in really tricky conditions in the last couple of rounds because the rough was up and it was windy. I think if you listen to some of the older South African fellas, they think he's going to be a big star. Um, don't think he'll win a course like this, but 12 places, 100 to 1 will be a bit of a fair price. David Rivetto's a previous course winner, sorry, previous winner on tour in the last 12 months. He's probably a big price, 150 to 1. And then even bigger, someone like a George Coetzee has been knocking on the door for a while. If he plays his best form, he's too big around 350s. So have a look around. There's plenty of value to be had. And on the DP World Tour especially, you can probably get something. If you can find someone to place at what 300s to 1, it's better than backing Ollison at 12. Jesus Christ. Asking a lot of the great so hey, summarize, give us your tips for the week.
so
You can
yeah,
give
summing
a
up again.
crypto tip if you want.
Just keep plumping on XRP. Burger at
What's
90s.
the balance at the minute?
A little bit, a few coins. For your beyond
Edit this out,
60s.
Twig, just to get it juicy.
Uh, yeah, don't let people hear. And Valamaki, half a point at 300s for me. Yeah, nothing shorter than 60s this week, I think. Yeah, staying away from the top of the board.
You can give your points and your players would be preferable.
That's what I was saying. So yeah, 2.25, 2.25 each way on Burger at 90s, 2.25 each way on Fiordo
Your
on 10.
volume's gone up.
Ah, that's why. That's why I wasn't speaking.
summarize my picks because Hep's gone. 2 points each way on Kurt Kitayama 35 to 1. 2 points each way on Shane Lowry 35 to 1, and a point each way. And Justin Rose, Mr. Olympian himself in 2016. I believe in China. So Kitayama, Lowry, and Rose for me. Hep, are you back?
Can you hear me now?
Hep is not back. Yeah, he's been Hep, I've been Twig. And we'll see, well, hopefully with Marv this time next week. Be lucky. Ta-ra.